when he's playing like this, he'll want to feel unwell every day that he plays. He's had 1,580s tonight in 17 legs. That is a remarkable ratio. And the scary thing is it could have been even better. And that 109 plus average he's just had, that could have been a little bit better. So this is the final that I'm sure a lot of people in Exeter wanted to see. They've got their wish. And just hold on tight. What happens next, we have no idea.
Well, look, Humphries, he came through against Gerwyn Price in his quarter-final. Bit topsy-turvy. Price missed darts, multiple darts to make that 5-5 and take it to a decider. Humphries made him pay, gets through, and then Humphries wins his semi-final. An absolute cracker against Rob Cross, 6-5. For Littler, I mean, Bunting played brilliant and couldn't live with him. And I'm not, again, I'll say it for the third time, I'm not sure Aspinall's done a lot wrong there, and he's been blown off the board 6-2.
I think there's many dart players over the years could say there's always been a player that you come up against. You can play it as well as you can play, but you may not have in your arsenal what you need to take that person out. I've played in the era of Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen and Gary Anderson and Adrian Lewis. And there are times when you feel like you're sharp and then somebody shows you what sharp actually is. And Littler's doing that against the best players in the world tonight. And he's still not finished. The scary thing is, I think there's another level. I've seen him average over a shorter distance, nearly 118. I still think there's a 120 plus average game in him in best of 11. It's just a question of when he finds it. It might even be in this final tonight.
What about Humphries then? I mean, he's dug deep when he's needed to. I mean, he's finishing against Cross. Certainly at the end of that game was phenomenal, wasn't it?
I think the thing that won him that semi-final was his mind. Because he had 3 darts at 28. He misses it just on the outside twice and then just on the inside with dart 3. And he was so frustrated at missing those 3 darts. But his response in the next leg, it was one of, let's just put that in the past, let's move on. Finishes like 121 and 167 and 116 to finish the match. That's how mentally strong he is, as well as technically brilliant.
Yeah, he is indeed. You are listening to Premier League Darts live on talkSPORT in partnership with Village Hotels. Pack more into a breakaway at Village. Visit villagehotels.com for more details. So it is the final that probably all the neutrals want to say. I dare say it's a final we might see more than once as we go down the line. Obviously the draw means that it can't happen all the time. They'll meet quarter-final, they'll meet in the semi-finals, I'm sure, but these two at the moment are just threatening, aren't they, just to pull away at the top end.
Indeed. I think one of the genius parts of this format is that when we go to Newcastle in the middle of the Premier League, they will redraw some of the games based on league position. They have to do that, otherwise this could happen most weeks. But the biggest thing coming into this final in Exeter tonight is that Humphries and Littler have played each other 6 times in the Premier League. Littler's won them all. Every game Littler has won. The final at the O2 at the back end of last year's campaign, 11-7 to Littler when he hit the 9. He averaged over 105. That's not his best performance against Humphries in Premier League darts. But the thing that entices more than anything else is that the last 4 times they've played in best of 11, every game has been 6-5. We want that again.
We certainly do. That would be a fitting way to end the night. Earlier on, West Ham 2-0 winners over Leicester. Surely the pressure is now building on Ruud van Nistelrooy. The guys on the sports bar over on talkSPORT we have in there say on that for sure. Busy weekend, 7 FA Cup commentaries, including Paul's beloved Newcastle. They take on Brighton on Sunday lunchtime. You'll hear that live on talkSPORT. Are you confident about the two?
Well, after the defeat to Liverpool, which I suppose we expected, I think they're going to have a better defensive performance after what happened against Nottingham Forest, letting a 4-1 lead slip to 4-3. So if the defence turns up, I've got every confidence that Newcastle will be in the next round.
Very good. Right, we are awaiting the action. Let me just tell you what is coming over the next couple of days. Villa Cardiff tomorrow night, live on talkSPORT. Hugh Wozencroft, Alex Crook and a former Villa captain, Andy Townsend, our commentary team at Villa Park tomorrow night. Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, they take on Sunderland. Big game in the Championship. Live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2. Joe Shannon with the former Arsenal midfielder Adrian Clark. On Saturday, South London derby as Palace take on Millwall. Kicks off 12:15 in the FA Cup. Jim Proudfoot will be there with the former Chelsea man Scott Minto. Faker others in the chair for that one. I'll be at Ellen Road. Leeds looking to build after that massive win against Sheffield United on Monday night. They take on West Brom live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo will be alongside us. Then it's Game Day Live. All the goals as they're going with Adrian Durham, Alvin Martin, Tashdown and Mickey Gray will be amongst the guests. All the goals from the FA Cup and the EFL as well. And we've got live exclusive commentary on talkSPORT 2, Bournemouth Wolves FA Cup 5th round with Ian Dancer and Perry Groves. Then we round off Saturday, Manchester City against Plymouth. Plymouth who knocked out Liverpool in the last round. Can they do it again and go to the Etihad and beat Manchester City? Joe Shannon and the former England striker Dean Ashton will talk you through that. Then on Sunday, Newcastle Brighton with Adrian Durham, Adam Bridge and the former Sunderland man Mickey Gray. And then it's Manchester United Fulham live from 4:30 with Jim Proudfoot and Andy Townsend. And we round off the weekend on Monday as Forest take on Ipswich. The final game of the FA Cup 5th round. Adrian will be alongside Sam Atterface and the former Liverpool women's striker Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. So I know you like listening on the app. You're going to be busy yourself. You're going to the UK Open, Nico, but I'm sure when you're in and out of games you'll be tuning in on the talkSPORT app to the football.
Well, I'm actually going to programme my trip home on Sunday to listen to Newcastle versus Brighton. No point racing home early because the best coverage is on talkSPORT. Can't wait for that. I've got every faith that Newcastle are going to get through against Brighton. I tell you what, you were right about that Leeds game the other day with Sheffield United. What an atmosphere that was at Bramall Lane. Great game, and I think Leeds should have their tails up. Yes,
they should. They're on a great run, certainly at home. We will see. Right, we've got the final of Premier League Week 4 from the West Point Arena in Exeter. It's live on talkSPORT 2. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson taking you through the final tonight. Luke Humphries, who has made progress through Gerwyn Price and Rob Cross to get to the last game tonight, whereas Luke Little has made light work of Stephen Bunting and also Nathan Aspinall. Been a great atmosphere tonight. Touch wood, there's been no issues with the crowd. It's another one. UK Open tomorrow, the FA Cup of Darts on FA Cup weekend. So just for the listeners that aren't used to it, the seeds come in slightly later, just like the Premier League and Championship clubs do in the FA Cup, and it's an open draw.
Yeah, the last draw on Friday, because the draw has been made for the preliminary stages for Friday afternoon. That will actually start tomorrow at 11 o'clock. These guys will not be in that section in Friday afternoon, so they will make their way to Minehead tonight from Exeter, and because they're all in the top 32 in the world, they will join at round 4 stage, which will start at 7 o'clock on Friday night. However, because it's called the FA Cup of Darts, it means that this game that we have right here, Humphries versus Littler, could actually be a match tomorrow night. It has happened before, where someone has played against someone on a Thursday night in Exeter and then played again on Friday night in the UK Open. That's the special part about it. You are not safe when you're in the last 64. You can play anybody who was left in the draw. That's why it's one of the best tournaments in the world.
It is. Let's join John McDonald then ahead of the final.
Great city of Exeter, and this is the BetMGM Premier League. And now it's time for our Exeter final. Would you please welcome back our players? Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, would you please welcome the winner of 11 PDC titles, a Grand Slam winner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning and defending Premier League champion and the reigning champion of the world, Luke the Nuke.
Just gone to give his mum a kiss and a cuddle as he makes his way on. I tell you what, I hope he's on a percentage of the shirts, Nico, because everywhere you look, everybody's got a Luke the Nuke shirt on.
You can barely get one these days. They can't make them quick enough. It's remarkable. He's a brand now. Wherever he goes, he's so popular. He's got everything right. The talent, the look, the catchment of social media, the fans love him, and they should, because he's changed this sport for the better.
Yeah, he has. Very likeable young man and a very, very talented darts player. He's loving it up there. The crowd lapping it up. Big smile on his face. The way he's playing tonight, he must feel on top of the world.
The reigning World Match Play Champion, the reigning World Cup Champion, the newly crowned World Masters Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former champion of the world.
Even at this early stage, Mark, the permutations of a win for either player here are really, really interesting. Luke started tonight in 4th position on 5 points. If he wins, he goes to 10 points, which is where Humphries already sits. If Littler loses this final and goes to 8, he goes to 2nd position. If Humphries wins, he goes to 15. What a start to the Premier League in 2025 that would be. But the only thing on his mind right now is to get his first win against Littler in a Premier League match.
Yeah, that is some stat. Not beaten Luke Littler in a Premier League game. I think these two love playing darts against each other. There's a friendly respect, a healthy respect, but they get up on stage. They want to knock the other one out when it comes to darts. But who's going to prevail tonight? You get the feeling Coolhand might just need a little bit more in the scoring department to what he's shown tonight. Can Littler produce another monster average here in Exeter and wrap up another weekly win? It is packed to the rafters. It really is the hottest ticket in town. To get the chance to go to a PDC event, you really should try it out live and in the flesh. It's great having you along on Darts on the Radio. We love bringing it to you. We'll be with you all the way through every week of the Premier League of Darts and the final night at the end of May at the O2, which is going to be another huge sellout.
Absolutely right. The both of these world-class players, the number 1 and number 2 in the world, they have amassed 25 maximums for the night. 15 for Littler, 10 for Humphries, and in his semi-final against Rob Cross, he did get 7. So, he said his scoring's got to go up a notch. It did from the quarterfinals to the semi-finals. So if he can keep that trend alive, he's got every chance of getting the Exeter title.
Yeah. I mean, really, out of sporting, they should make it 1st to 11, in my opinion, but we'll have to make do with 1st to 6. Luke Humphries, the 30-year-old big Leeds United fan, huge Leeds fan. Luke Littler, who we know is a big Warrington Wolves fan. You'll have Warrington Wolves live against Wigan, live from Las Vegas on Saturday night, live on talkSPORT 2. All the build-up from 9 o'clock on talkSPORT 2, and we'll have the 2 NRL games and England women taking on Australia women as well. High five and a pat on the back for both. Littler with a throw. It's game on in the final here on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. Please like and subscribe, share the words, share the love. Only 58 for the world champ, and there's your first max of the final.
First of many. Interestingly, Humphries is a Leeds United fan, and Littler is a Manchester United fan. You know what Alex Ferguson used to say about Leeds against Man U? They always seem to turn up against us.
Well, it's fair to say there's no love lost between those two clubs. These two, I'd say it's a more healthy rivalry.
Yeah, there's no hate here. There's no bitterness. This is just, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Strap yourselves in, and let's see what happens. Both on 204 after 3 visits. Littler with a throw. Look at that for a 60. It couldn't have been any closer.
One of the best 60 visits you'll ever see. Humphries on 204, like Mark mentioned. It comes down to 108. Littler on 144 though. First 60's found, second 60's found, double 12. And that's how you get rid of 144. Incredible start from Littler, who makes checkouts like that look so simple, and they're not. Trust me, they're not easy.
I'm starting to think you're lying to me, Paul Nicholson, because he makes it look easy. He took out 105 earlier on tops against Aspinall. You knew that second tops was going in. You knew that double 12 was going in. He has had his scares on double 12, of course, missing it for the 9 quite a lot last year, but that one was perfectly placed.
He's getting into a territory of ridiculous. I mentioned it with Laura that he's averaging over 110 for the night. I mean, who does that? I'll tell you who does that. Phil Taylor. Nobody else. We're talking about someone who could be better standard-wise than the best player ever.
Well, there's all the talk footballing about that we've been lucky to see players like Messi and Ronaldo play in our lifetime. We've seen Phil Taylor and Michael van Gerwen play darts in our lifetime, but I think everybody now is really excited about both of these players and what they may do. But at the moment it's Littler who's dominating the headlines, and look, it's going to take something special to stop him.
We haven't had a 170 tonight, and we've had one every night this campaign, and Littler's on 170. Dart 1 just a bit high, so we're going to have to wait. He scores 65 with the last dart 25, but Humphries, he's got 90. Small 20, needs another single, gets a treble, double 5, just a bit too far high, and Littler's on 105. Look at him at the bull here.
Well, this time he hits the ball, then hits single 15, leaves him tops, and he's had a dart at it as well. Took out 105 in his last game, double 5, hit by Luke Humphries, and we're all level at 1-1.
I've got a theory, Mark. If you look at the setup that Littler has, the point looks too long for the barrel. For the last 2 generations, we've looked at darts saying, do you know what? We think we know what works. You've got 2 players in this match right here who are using equipment that shouldn't work. They're rule breakers, and they've figured out a new formula that we should all adhere to.
To be fair, I think you could give these 2 3 6-inch nails. They'd probably still average high 80s.
You're not wrong. 266 for Littler at the hockey now. Straight in the treble 20, twice, looking for 3. Just snatches at that third dart a little bit, but he's on 126 with Humphries bearing down from 262.
A bit disappointed with that last dart, just veered the wrong side of the treble wire. So advantage Littler, 126, 176 Humphries. Treble 19 leave him a shot at the ball, he can't get it. It was a bit of a quick one, that second one.
Yeah, rhythm is definitely his friend, but sitting on 72, that'll make him shiver a little bit now that Humphries has left 36 after that 140. This might have to go to preserve his advantage of throw. Treble 20, double 6, just like that. Finishing like a pro that he is.
Well, he took out 144 in leg 1, he took out half of that in leg 3, and he leads 2-1.
Is that your way of saying his next checkout's going to be 36?
Could be, could be.
Well, if he has 36 left, he'll go 16 double 10 because he doesn't like double 18. It's all part of the Luke Littler playbook.
It is. I remember the first time he did that on talkSPORT, I thought Mace was going to run out of the commentary box and have a quiet word with him. He's quickly learned that that's just the way he does it now.
Well, you and I do like a bit of NFL, Mark. If you were going to put Luke Littler in coaching staff at an NFL team, he'd be special teams because he's got all the tricks.
Yes. 146 Humphries. Can't go. Littler's on 137. This is a type of finish that could turn this final around. 2-1 he leads. Shots on. Can't hit the treble 19. So 48 for Humphries and 2-2.
Needs it as well. Littler's on tops and he's not going to miss 40 points. Mr. Humphries. Double 8 with the last dart. It's crucial and it's missed. Just to the right hand side. He can't believe it's missed, but it has, and Littler is back for a 3-1 lead.
Has been a bit wasteful on tops. Good job, he likes double 10 really. 3-1. Humphries looks away in disappointment, missed 2 darts for 2-2.
He likes double 10 so much, he sent it a Valentine's card. And a bouquet of flowers and got a chocolates as well. I wouldn't be surprised if double 10 sent him a card back. 3-1 Littler, 60% on the doubles. It's just normal behaviour from these two. Another 180 from Humphries. Could this be the time where we see the 9-darter, I wonder?
Maybe. Maybe. It's on the Littler throw as well. Can't find a fourth perfect dart. Needs a treble though, doesn't find one.
3-0-4. And the advantage of throw. So he's only half a dart behind. That small 5 from Littler doesn't help him. He has to switch. This is a bad visit. Only 44, so Humphries has actually stolen the throw here. Something he needed to do at some point.
Yeah, 80 scored. Comes down for the outer ball. 105 to leave 157. 260 Littler in the red bit. And again, plenty of room there.
A ridiculous 180 off the back of a 44 score. Humphries from 157 brings it down by roughly half to 76, but Littler's on 80. He's not doing a tops trick, he's doing single to tops. He's gone way left into double 5, probably because he couldn't see much of tops. Humphries on 76 and he's got to recover on treble 13 in Khan. An impetuous last dart, and Littler comes back for a 4-1 lead on double 15.
Coolhand is losing his cool here. Littler, well, this is a nice leave. He likes double 15, but he's going 10 double 10. He's going 10 double 5. Oh, now then.
He doesn't like the corker hand of trip 10s. Couldn't get 2 singles and a double 5. Tops for Humphries. Finds it with the second dart, and he's digging deep right now. He's 3-2 down, but at least he's got the throw back. If he holds in leg 6, we'll be as you were at the start.
Yeah, be disappointed there. Littler missed tops for the leg and then missed double 10. Frustrating for the man from Warrington. Warrington against Wigan, live on talkSPORT 2 on Saturday night, live from Las Vegas. Over 50,000 expected at the Allegiant Stadium. Watching their rugby league, just another casual 180 from Coolhand.
I think the Vegas Raiders are just scouting for running backs, you know. Well, that is a bulldozer of a 180 from Littler to lead 261, but he's still chasing Humphries, who's in for a one of his own. That's a ridiculous 140. All 3 darts were magnetised to each other, but it was only a 140.
Yeah, we've had 5 maximums in the last 2.5 legs. 81 then to level up the game. He's hit the treble 19, he's hit the double 12, it is 3-3.
You just can't seem to get rid of the world number 1. When he's behind in Premier League matches this season, he has come back every time. Every time. He just doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. He's saying, these are my points, you're going to have to come and get them off me.
62.
Well, they hit treble 20 and then 2 single ones. There, Luke Humphries. It is 3-3. Littler's got the throw. He's in the red bit. Well, he had an ocean of room to the right, so of course he goes to the left just to squeeze it in the corner.
And he curled his lip up there when he hit that 180. It was basically evil, the look he gave that treble 20. You will accept the dart whether you like it or not.
Oh, he's in again. Just overshoots by a couple of mil. 81 left after 9. Humphries. It's 1-3-3, but can't leave a finish.
Should have gone for the 25 with the last dart. Or something else. Littler on 81. He's just going to do a layup trick here with 3 singles. 19, 14 and a single 8. Leaving tops to preserve the advantage of throw going into the championship rounds in a Premier League final.
Well, he missed 3 darts in the last leg. This to go 4-3 up tops. First dart this time, 4-3.
This game, average-wise, is not as high as the others. But it's actually a better match because they're evenly matched. Both averaging around 100. And the killer part of this match is yet to be seen. It just looks as if it's going to go the distance again.
It's got that feeling, hasn't it? Last start doesn't go in for Humphries. Average is climbing over 100.
Some fixtures in PDC Darts over the years have had game chemistry. You know how our colleague Chris Mason likes to say styles make fights? This is the fight. This is chemistry. So much chemistry, they need their own periodic table.
161 Humphries. Littler leaves the big fish. 161 is not going to go. Treble 5, single 20. Ooh, treble 5. That's not a good visit.
Big fish time. First start, doesn't get a 60. We might have to have a Premier League night without a big fish finish. Humphries on 111 to make it 4-4, and he might have to take it.
There's still time yet, Nico. Don't give up the hope. Humphries is worried now because Littler needs the little fish, 130. Oh dear. Single 5.
You wanted a little fish, and you got an anchovy. That was way too small. All around the board to leave himself on 90. Humphries on double 6, and he splits it. Double 3, and he splits that as well. Littler's got a chance. This is a finish. He's gone from big fish 170 to little fish 130 to the cardboard box of 90.
Out of bull. Oh, he's missed a big number. What's happening here? Littler's malfunctioned. He missed a big number. They've all done it tonight, haven't they, in fairness?
There's not one person in Exeter who is off their chair. They are eagle-eyed at the stage as they see Humphries hit double 6 to make it 4 legs all in the Exeter final. 5 points for the winner for the Premier League table. The runner-up tonight will get 3.
Now Littler was on 170. He went 40, 40, 40. I don't think you'll ever see that again. 3 visits of 40.
Peculiar, isn't it? It may just be a precursor to him hitting tops to win the match, probably. But it's another 180 for Humphries. He's on 3-2-1, Littler on 3-6-1, and it's not good enough, that, you know. 58, Humphries back at the hockey, and he's the ultimate finisher in the Premier League this year.
Yes. We felt it was going to go long. If Humphries can get a break here, he's going to get a throw for the match. And another loose visit, Littler. He has completely lost his scoring in the last leg and a bit.
Definitely. We are going to get our first multiple-time winner in this year's Premier League tonight. That is a guarantee. Littler looking to respond. The only way he knows how, with a maximum to leave 80. Humphries on 95 to break. This is huge. Single 19, needs 2 double 19s, and he doesn't get one. Just a little bit high. The single 17 leaves tops, but Littler needs double that.
Treble 20 to leave, double 10, inside double 5, and he's inside again. Advantage Luke Humphries to break the throw, move within 1, right in the middle. Cool hand looked flustered earlier on. He looks as cool as a cucumber now. He's throwing for the match.
For his first win against Littler in the Premier League. That's a good start. The destiny of the points and the £10,000 bonus tonight and the plaque of Exeter champion. It's not in the hands of Littler right now, it's firmly in the hands of Cool Hand Luke.
And he's looking for perfection. 5 out of 6. He thought that last one had gone in. It took a cruel deflection, but he is in rude health in this 10th leg. He's down to 181. And Littler on 270. Advantage Humphries.
They've amassed 36 maximums as a duo tonight. That is off the scale. 122 left by Humphries to win tonight. And Littler's not going to leave a finish, so it's all in the hands of the world number 1 and the Premier League leader.
Is he going to go for the bull? Doesn't need to. Well, he's gone bull first. Oh, he's hit treble 16, double 12 to wrap it up in style, but he'll be back.
You can't finish another match with a ton plus finish. Littler's probably going to step up to the hockey now, hit 135 to leave tops. and then hope he gets a look at it. Small 20 to start, so he's not going to do that. He believes this is done. Treble 18 last start might not be enough. He's on a finish, but Humphries is at 24.
Double 12 for a second weekly title for cool hand Luke Humphries, but more importantly maybe than that, he's finally got the better of his young adversary in the Premier League. Humphries beats Littler, and a punch of the air from cool hand Luke. He was looking in a bit of trouble at 3-1 down. He levelled up at 3-3, and then crucially in that 9th leg he got the break. Luke Littler tonight was unplayable against Bunting and against Aspinall, but in the final Luke Humphries had the firepower to match him and comes out on top in a really good game of darts to win by 6 legs to 4. Paul Nicholson, another win for Humphries. Some of the criticism of the Premier League is you see the same games too often. I'll never tire of watching these two do it.
Same, absolutely the same. Humphries maintained a really good level tonight, averaging just over 100 for the evening, and his steady ability ultimately knocked Littler off his better level, because he didn't bring what he did in the quarters and the semi-finals to the last match in Exeter. And when he came down to a 96 average, it was the steadiness of Humphries that was able to prevail, and he becomes the 3rd different winner in Exeter from the last 4 years when this format started. Michael van Gerwen won in 2022 and 23. Aspinall won last year, beating Rob Cross, but this year Exeter belongs to Luke Humphries.
It does. Earlier on, Rob Cross beat Michael van Gerwen 6-5. Luke Humphries beat Gerwyn Price 6-4. Nathan Aspinall got the better of Chris Dobey 6-5 before Littler put on a masterclass, averaged over 112 as he beat Stephen Bunting 6-3. The semi-finals saw Humphries beat Rob Cross by 6 legs to 5, and also in action we saw Luke Littler get the better of his opponent to make it through to the final. Humphries top of the pile tonight following that 6-4 win. It's another great night for Luke Humphries. They go into the UK Open tomorrow. All the 8 Premier League stars will be there. Could be an interesting weekend ahead.
It's going to be fun. It'll be interesting to see who gets who, and then who can respond after what's happened tonight, because everybody who's in Minehead right now has been watching this thinking, if I get Stephen Bunting, he might feel a little vulnerable being bottom of the table, but if I get Humphries, boy am I going to need some form. But I think the biggest thing we take away from Exeter tonight is that Humphries is in such a strong position going into Brighton next week. It doesn't matter what happens in Brighton, he's still going to be top of the table because he's got a 7-point cushion at the top. He might as well be Liverpool.
Well, it's looking that way, isn't it? He's just so good, isn't he? It has been a pleasure to watch him tonight. Little unplayable for large parts, but Humphries psychologically, that'll mean a lot to him, won't it, beating him on that Premier League stage?
Yes, because people like us, when you start losing against a certain opponent, I mean, look at Gerwyn Price and Luke Littler. Gezi Price has won the last 4, I think it is. And we're talking about that every single week if they play each other again. And when you've lost 6 on the bounce against a certain opponent, it becomes something you have to hurdle. Now he's broken that, we won't talk about it as much. It's not, he's lost the last 6, he's actually lost 6 of the 7, but he's won the last 1. It's a different spin.
It is indeed. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight, Nico. I know you've got a travel on to Minehead, so safe travels. Give us your winner of the UK Open then.
Ryan Searle, I'm going to go for. I think Ryan's in good form. I think it's about time he did something big, and I'm going to go for heavy metal.
Well, safe travels. We'll see you back here shortly. Don't forget, every week of the Premier League is live on the talkSPORT network. talkSPORT 2 tonight. Thanks a lot for you all watching on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe over there. Coming up next, it is the Women's Football Show with Leanne Sanderson. But night 4 is in the books of the Premier League, and cool hand Luke Humphries extends his lead at the top of the Premier League. He's beaten Luke Littler in the final by 6 legs to 4. Good night. Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you. When it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites, and with Dartweb Monitor, you'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the madhouse. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal as well. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. We'll see you back here on the talkSPORT network next week for more Premier League darts. From Nico, from Laura and I, will wish you a very good night. Roll on next week on the Premier League of Darts.